I've been to China a few times. I've always enjoyed my trips to the country. I speak the language okay-ish. I usually enjoy the food, and I've met some amazingly neat people. Some of my experiences, however, were not things I felt comfortable talking about. About 20 kilometers south of the city of Ningbo, on the east coast of China, is a small farming village called Hangzhou. It's a neat little village built on a wetland. It's typical of China though. Poor, dirty, and the majority of people are illiterate in some way or another, if they're over 30. I had spent a few weeks at a temple there, Guangfu, but they didn't really allow us to go out on the weekends and do any exploration. Being the adventurous young man, overconfident in my Chinese, with a sense of rebelliousness to authority, I snuck out with a friend of mine, Parrish. A weird name, I know, but he was a good guy. We went to the night markets. We got all the local delicacies and beer. Drinking ensued for a few hours. The locals were asking me and my friend all the typical foreigner stuff. What are you visiting here for? Where are you from? What do you like about the country? And so on and so on. You know, normal foreigner stuff. So, I'm chatting with some older stall owner with fried stinky tofu in my hand on a skewer. A crispy, smelly but savoury delicacy. It's delicious, I swear. When I notice my friend is gone, I asked the stall owner, where did my friend go? And he said something to the effect of, he was right here. He just shrugged. I thanked him and left. I walked around the village. A large canal ran through the area, where people washed their clothes, gathered water for grey water uses, etc. I took one of the many bridges over it, and I looked for my friend, periodically calling for him. Parrish, you around? I walked until it was well after midnight, and because the temple started up work at 4 a.m, I knew it was not worth staying out later. I headed back to the temple, and I snuck back in past the gates, and promptly went to bed. Bright and early at 4 a.m, the wood board is hit repeatedly, letting us know that we're due for morning prayers. Wearily, I get out of bed and I dress myself. Then I go to line up among the monks. Parrish is there. Huh, I guess he tucked in late. An hour and a half of Buddhist prayers later, and we're at breakfast. And of course, for the uninitiated, vegetarian food, eaten in silence. And because it's got very little protein, you basically devour everything served to you until there's no more, until your stomach is fit to burst. After that, I go to the upper decks. I don't get to chat with Parrish until later, during the afternoon break, when I confront him. Dude, you disappeared. Where the hell did you go? I asked him, concerned. I found something cool. I'll show you when we've got some time. Somehow or another, his words are not comforting. The anticipation ate me alive. The next day off, I eagerly approached Parrish in the morning and asked him if he could show me now. Sure thing, man. Let's go. He allowed me to go to my room and get my wallet cell phone, etc., before I met him at the area we snuck out last time. Parrish leads me into the other side of the town, about 3 kilometers out. We reach a stand of trees at the edge of town, and he shows me a rough trail up a path. We walk for several minutes, and we reached a weird dry canal with a decrepit bridge. He pointed across it. A crumbling temple. The age was not possible to tell, but from the paint still being there and the vines being fairly sparse, I estimated maybe less than 40 years old. The Chinese, you see, consider ancient things to be a generation or two old in some cases. The temple was bigger than Guangfu. I looked at the sign and brushed away the dirt, parting the vines. For Da Si, Buddha's big temple. I chuckled at their lack of creativity. "This is so cool," I exclaimed. "You've not seen the best of it yet," he responded excitedly. He thrust the doors open, the wrought iron scraping against it. "Come on, dude. It's amazing." Parrish led me into the temple's main worship hall. A 50-foot tall statue of the Buddha sat, clad in gold, in the darkness. It seemed almost lonely here. I bowed before it, then prostrated to it. Parrish watched me, and then I got up. "This is still cool. Anything else that's cool here?" "Let's go to the upper hall. There's a few neat things up there," he replied. We went up a steel staircase, all the way to the top. In the center of the room was a statue of a sort of human demigod in Buddhism. 6 arms and a large frame that seemed to be the sun. On the walls were small Buddha statues on 5 shelves, vertically stacked. Hundreds of these statues, all looking identical, all solemnly poised, almost perfectly. Their eyes all focused towards the center of the room. Sweat beaded into my eyes. The room was incredibly humid, and sunlight showed through holes in the roof. The floor crunched, the linoleum peeling up. It was so beautiful, but it seemed to almost exist independently of everything else. I got closer to the statue and scrutinized it. It was flawless, unlike the rest of the building. As I slowly walked around it, I heard this unintelligible whispering behind me, but I turned around to see no one. Well, no one but Parrish, who was at the door. "Dude, are you seeing this? It's like perfectly preserved, as if it was just painted yesterday." I sniffed the statue and remarked, "It even smells like the paint is fresh." "I know, it's amazing. How about we go to the rear courtyard and take it all in?" he suggested to me. I nodded, following him out of the room. It was strange. As I left, I almost felt as if all of those eyes had followed me. Of course, as I looked back, the statues blankly stared forward. The rear courtyard held a large, reflecting pool and stone benches. Parrish opened his jacket and produced 2 cans of Chinese Red Bull. a stout, gold-coloured can full of less sweet, non-carbonated Red Bull. It's good, but if you're not used to it, well, it's not pleasant for some. We sat and chatted about the trip, our families, those we missed, our Chinese lessons, the village, and soon our cans were empty and it was around midday. I made the call to go back, turning to Parrish. "This is cool, but we should head back." "Yeah, just thought I'd show you this place," he remarked. "It's beautiful and a shame it's derelict like this, huh?" "Indeed," I remarked. "I'll ask the locals about it." And with that, we got up and left, returning to the village. I stayed out again that night, but not quite as late, drinking with the locals and eating a big bowl of pork noodle soup. Street food from night markets is amazing. It's usually salty, extremely unhealthy, but oh, so good. I dipped some scallion pancake into the broth and chatted with a young mother who had some questions about the Western world. She asked what the food was like, what we like to drink, eat, etc. The most surprising thing to her, and to many Chinese people, is that we drink cold water. Chinese people, warm or hot. It's bizarre. To us, anyway. Before I left, I asked some old gentlemen playing mahjong if they knew anything about the old temple. The conversation translated from Chinese went something like, "That old temple, Buddha's temple, what happened?" "Boy, that's not a good place to be looking around in." "Huh, what do you mean?" "That place is not normal." "Abnormal? Is it anomalous, haunted, full of ghosts?" "Those statues, they follow you as you walk around. They follow everything you do. They look into your soul. Stay away. We don't want you to get hurt." "Get hurt? What's gonna hurt me? The statues are gonna suddenly get up and chase me?" The two turned to each other and they chuckled nervously. "You've got an imagination there, boy. We mean well. We don't think it's smart to go there." He gestures around the night market. "None of us go there. We do not want to be cursed." Now, at the time, I had some skepticism about Buddhism and had long practiced Taoism. I took what they said mostly with a big grain of salt. But that night, I did hang a talisman in my door, dedicated to the god Hushan, a fox god and protector. I also lit sacred candles, and slowly I drifted off to sleep. The board beating woke me up, and I snuffed out the candles and hastily made a talisman I stuffed into my pocket. Morning rituals went as normal, but Parrish looked ragged. He didn't eat as vigorously. He slacked off at his chores. Something was off, and I had to know. I confronted him that afternoon, saying to him, "You okay? You don't look so good." "I want to go back. That place. It's like I need to go back." My hair stood up on the back of my neck. "The locals claim it's cursed or something. Let's not go. I'd rather not be disrespectful. If you want to go out again, count me out. I said adamantly. He rolled his eyes and was like, "Sure, dude, fine." That night, Parrish didn't show up to dinner. My heart sank. Fear coursed through my veins. The abbot called everyone together and started a search party. Quite nervous now, I almost didn't speak up, but I forced myself to. "Sir, I think I know where he is. I think he's gone to that old temple on the other side of town." The entire room fell silent. The abbot scrutinized me angrily and then spoke, his voice shaking. "Why do you say that?" "It's because he showed it to me this weekend when I was out on the town. That place. You, me, we're going there now. He's in danger." I sigh, grab flashlights, and we open the gate. As we walk, the abbot began to talk. Now, I'm not entirely fluent in Chinese, so this is my best estimate as to what he said. "We should not have tried to hide this place from you all, I think. This place we're going, it was abandoned 50 years ago, soon after it was built. Anomalies. They started here. Crazy things. Monks reported statues that would move to watch someone come and go. Some monks would linger in the upper prayer hall for hours, days even, praying. The leaves crunched under my feet as I listened. The wind felt chilly. Even during the late summer, it was cold almost. By this point, we had reached the trail. We started up, and the abbot continued. "I was a young monk here when it all happened. The eyes watched me as I would go there, but I ignored them as best I could. And then the hum and the chants began. They resonated through my soul. They shouted sutra into my ears. They were forcefully trying to enlighten me. I only survived because I ran out of the hall. Others, they were not so lucky. Some died. Some went insane. Some are homeless and proclaim themselves the next Buddhas. The intent of this place is good. This I know. But we are not ready for it, so we abandoned it." "So, Parrish, will he be okay?" I asked, increasingly agitated. "We can only hope," he simply said. We arrived at the gate, and it was ajar. I looked towards the prayer halls and I heard nothing. As we entered the courtyard, I felt uneasy. A certain primal fear. Then, whispering. Incomprehensible, but I could hear it. Slowly, we walked towards the steel staircase. "He's here," I could swear I heard as I ascended the steps, the abbot following. Parrish was on the floor, in the prostrated position, muttering to himself. As I entered slowly and flashed my light over the statues, I swear I could see a glint in the eyes of some of the statues. I approached Parrish. "Get up. We're here to take you back." Parrish started muttering louder, incomprehensibly. I couldn't understand it. "We need to drag him. Now. Grab his arms," said the abbot. Parrish began kicking and screaming. I pulled him hard, and at that moment, I saw it. The statue in the middle of the room turned its head towards me and looked into me. Not at me. I mean, into my damn soul. Suddenly, I could feel every pair of eyes in that room on me. Sutra recitement at almost 1,000,000 miles an hour was forced into my skull, it seemed. I still can memorize entire sutra in 3 different languages years later. I could tell their intent was good. But here we are, just not prepared. As I pulled Parrish slowly out, trying to fight it, I could hear them pleading, almost begging us in unison. "Please do not leave. We only want to teach you." Not wanting to find out whatever the hell they wanted to teach us, I grabbed into my pocket and pulled out my foot talisman and said, "By the god Hushan, I demand you to let us leave." I could have sworn I heard a collective gasp, and we all took the opportunity to run for it. Me and the abbot hauled ass and dragged Parrish down the stairs into the courtyard, and then out of the gate. Both me and the abbot were breathing heavily. Parrish went limp, but he was breathing, just catatonically. "Parrish," I screamed, "wake up." The abbot shook his head and just buried his face in his hands. Are we really too late? Did we come out here for nothing? Parrish didn't move for what seemed like an eternity. He eventually stirred and looked up at me. "Where are we?" he asked. "We're outside that temple," I answered. "Are you okay?" Their eyes, they were on me. They wanted me to stay until they had passed the entirety of the knowledge. All past worlds, all past gods, all past realms, everything onto me. Dude, it felt like I was there for so many lifetimes. "I'm sorry I didn't stop you," I said. "I'm an idiot. I wanted to learn, but we're not ready for that much." "No way," he said, sadly. Eventually, he got up and we walked back. It was very late by that time. I managed to sleep, eventually, with more candles and fresh talismans. I stayed in China for some weeks after. I still go back sometimes, but I've never been to that temple again, or even that village. I still hear the hundreds of voices of those lonely Buddhas begging for us to stay. The locals, even today, will tell you to stay away from that temple, deep in the outskirts of town. It's abandoned for a reason. Don't go. It stopped me from practicing Buddhism. I can't even bear to look at a statue anymore. Parrish has adjusted better than me. He seemingly survived it, but he spent weeks spouting sutra whenever someone tried to talk to him. He's still a bit of a weird guy, but he has a job and stuff, so I guess he escaped the curse. For now, at least. Look, if you go to China, stay out of abandoned temples. That is ancient land. There are many secrets hidden there that we can never understand.